Hi, I'm Chris Bou Saeed, Los Angeles Grand Theft Attorney. Welcome to CBS Law, where we deliver results, not promises. Let's talk about theft cases, specifically grand theft cases, or cases that involve the stealing of property with a value of $950 or greater. Let's talk about some of the more common charges that we see. First, grand theft itself. That's a violation of Penal Code Section 487. That's a felony. That means upon conviction, the potential consequences are a low term of 16 months, a middle term of 2 years, or a high term of 3 years, all servable at halftime, which means the most you would actually serve of the judge's sentence would be half of the amount of time. What constitutes a violation of grand theft? Well, first, that someone took property, not their own, with the intent to deprive the owner of that property. And third, that the value of the property exceeded $950. Some of the common defenses that we employ for clients charged with grand theft, first and foremost, center around the lack of intent to deprive the owner of the property. The way we effectuate that defense is we utilize investigators to not only interview witnesses, but also understand the surrounding circumstances that had to do with the taking of the property. Oftentimes, intent to deprive the owner of is relied upon by the prosecution through circumstantial evidence. In other words, it's generally uncommon when someone takes a piece of property that they look at the owner or they look at the surveillance video and say, I intend to deprive the true owner thereof. And so what the prosecution will do is look at the circumstances surrounding the taking of property to infer that the person accused intended to take it without paying for it. We often see in these cases that the allegations of theft relate to circumstances where there's a familial dispute between two spouses, it's child custody involved, mental health issues, drug or alcohol abuse, or simply mistakes. We also utilize our investigators to obtain not only statements, but forensic evidence related to the alleged theft, and that would involve surveillance videos, for example. Another common defense related to the lack of criminal intent would be if a client is taking property that they actually and reasonably believe that they have a claim of right or claim of ownership over. And so they weren't intending to deprive the true owner of the property. Rather, they were just trying to regain their property. Call CBS Law at 213-800-8005 so we can begin investigating your case and building your defense. Because together, we'll get your life back.